Okay. Squatting. Today is gonna be my love memento for squatting. When it comes to squatting, what comes to your mind?
Strength, power, mobility, capacity to live life fuller, with more energy, healthier knees for sure, and just an empowerment. I think confidence, all that stuff.
Workout. And sometimes when I do it, I get that sensation that you have ants in your butt, which is really annoying. I don't know why that is, but it's sorry for.
I mean, all I know is I want a nicer butt, so that's why I'm doing it.
The reason squatting I feel so passionate about, because when I was a kid I was really good at it. It fed my ego and I was the best squatter from any of my buddies who lifted weights. So I was strong, I loved it. I didn't do it because it was good for me, I did it because I enjoyed it. But needless to say, the capability stayed there. I taught a lot of people how to squat, and squatting is one of those exercises that when you get better at it, it really helps a lot of your modern restrictions you have because you sit around too much, you're too sedentary. When you get good at squatting, all of those things can actually go away. What I wanted to do, I wanted to see how many squats can I do if I start early in the morning. I woke up today in my bed, as soon as I hopped out, I started squatting.
And now the urge to take care of the morning business is higher, so if you ever have issues, just start with squatting.
Indeed, many researchers believes that the incapability of completely relieving yourself because you're not in a squatting position is part of the reason why we have to deal with such thing as colon cancer. Okay, for these kind of squats, you can just do a medium stance, or you can have an arrow one, or you can have quite wide ones, like a sumo type of squats. And I started with my little tiny device to count every single squat. I was just curious, how many squats can I do without interrupting my normal daily routine? Okay, 100. I just had a quick meeting on a phone call and I feel energized. These squats do work. The key is do the best you can, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. And losing your capability of sitting down is one of the worst things that can happen to anyone. The history of squat. Obviously, in ancient times when they lived around nature, first thing in the morning, the way you started your day was simply when to relieve yourself in a squatting position.
384.
This actually relieves a lot of pressure from the lower back. The intradiscal pressure decreases tremendously when you're in this position. So it gives a great break for your back. It helps digestion. It helps the deep abdominal wall to function more appropriately. That will make your intimate times with your spouse more fun as well. And I continuously come across problems when it comes to squat. Not in my life, but in people's lives, their relationship to squat. Physiotherapists always tell me that,
Oh, this is too early to bring squatting on for a client because it's so difficult, so complicated.
I'm like, yeah, it is complicated, but if someone needs to go to the bathroom and they can make it to the toilet, that basically means they did a partial squat.
squats.
Okay, squatting.
What comes to your mind?
Nice booty. That's what I want.
Squatting is the best exercise to gain explosiveness which is really important for me in soccer, because you need to be fast in the first 5 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters.
I feel that I do it like every time I go skate. Each time I try to do a trick, you essentially just squat up, squat down.
Squat up? Ooh, that's a new thing. Hashtag squat up.
And also I'm doing this for my physical therapy.
Oh,
Because,
so they told you to do it.
yeah.
That's a good sign. Because your leg was broken, right?
Your legs look great, your butt looks great. You're strong, capable of crouching and picking up 2 babies at the same time.
Delivering a baby in a squatting position. Is that something that you see yourself contemplating over at any given moment in your life?
Well, I've already delivered 2 babies, and I'd have to say out of both times, I can't even imagine standing, so we'll see.
So no squatting while delivering a baby?
I don't know how women do that, but
The internet says you should.
I know that's a traditional way of doing things.
I googled squatting. Was curious what comes up. Benefit of squatting for birth. The centuries-old birthing position may be right for you. Well, maybe right for you if you prepare for it. Because if you haven't prepared, don't try to squat and give birth that way. That's not the time to squat the first time, you know? Prepare for it properly. All right, what else is here? Oh yeah, the Hadza tribe. As you can tell here, I'm not sure if it's gentleman or lady, it doesn't really matter. And the article talks about, it may be because they don't sit like we do. Instead, they squat for hours. You've probably heard the phrase, sitting is the new smoking. Sitting is the new smoking. Squatting is good for you. Science knows it. You know it. I know it. Just get rolling with it. All right, what else is here? Health benefits of the natural squatting position. Protects the nerves that control the prostate, bladder, and uterus from becoming stretched and damaged, aka you can hold your pee better. Not a bad thing when you're older. Yes, sitting on the toilet longer than a minute is not recommended. So when you go to the toilet, don't read, don't linger. Go, do your job, and move on. Better. Squat, do your job, and move on. Okay, the morning after squatting day. No muscle ache, which is a little bit surprising, frankly, but it's good news. Because I wanted to do as many squats as I can relatively comfortably do. I did make a little bit of push at the end of the day because I was so close to 1,000, and I'm like, I should do 1,000. So, finished 1,000, great! But there's no muscle ache in the legs whatsoever. In my joints, in my knees and my hips, I feel as if I would have a little bit more cushion in there, which is a good feeling. There's nothing weird about it. The point is, if you opt and try to do a squatting day for yourself, just do as many as you comfortably can do. It's not about pushing and try to reach this unbelievably big number. Just do as many as it feels comfortable. So, for that, cheers.